Real thoughts, real trades, real journey. A video journal documenting the lessons learned on my journey to becoming a disciplined trader. Welcome to Trading the Journey. I'm Neil, and today I want to share a trading day that taught me one important lesson. Let's see what the market had to teach me. Well, yesterday was a real heartbreaking day. I want to say crushing. I took a trade that I took as a reversal, and it didn't work out. Looking back at the trade, at the way it formed, it looked like it was an evening star, which typically is a reversal play. It was a temporary reversal, but instead of getting in looking at it now, where I should have gotten in, I got in at what I took as a confirmation of a reversal. But the real confirmation was the previous candle that I should have gotten in on. And if I had gotten in at the right time, I would have netted a 2-to-1 win. But instead, I got in way late, took a crushing loss, and at the end of that, I got really emotional. I was fine through the trade, but then as the trade turned the other way, that's where I really, really tilted. My bias was bullish. Not only did I play a reversal play, but it was against my bias. Regardless, timing is also everything. When you take a trade, where you get in at, what your stop is. I mean, that's all important for your edge. I don't think I have enough data for reversal plays to really tell if that was a proper entry or not. But looking back at it, the way that this formation happened, clearly it was the wrong entry. And usually around the time when it starts doing this kind of thing, it kind of turns over temporarily. And as you can see, it did eventually temporarily turn over for a big downtrend, big enough to matter. And eventually did almost kind of this triple bottom before it went back up. I didn't feel any FOMO. I didn't feel it was the wrong play, but like I said, looking at it, it was definitely a wrong entry. There was this. I'm just at a loss for words. It's been a pretty crushing week. Several string of losses. And I still stuck to my rules as far as when to get in, when to get out, and still cut my losses, because otherwise it probably would have been bigger than what they were. But in the end, I should have taken it where I should have taken it. There was this bullish power bar that formed, and once that happened, when I saw that happen, then I pretty much knew where it was going. I knew that it was going to, it was written. I actually, when I got emotional about it, I started just pounding on my desk, and really screaming because it was that heartbreaking. The charts were agreeing with each other as far as I could tell. You know, I missed a couple of plays in the beginning. There was this power bar right here that I should have gotten in on. You know, this formed after it had rejected off the pre-market highs 1, 2, 3 times on the 2-minute chart. You know, 3 rejections. You know, so I could have even gotten in on here on this power bar and rode it up for a nice win. Missed it. Missed the 3 rejections. I mean, there were just plenty of signs that I should have. I didn't play my normal plays. I played something else, something that I've been playing all week. If you look at my notes, I mean, you're going to see several crushing reversal plays that I tried, and they were all losses. I think really the market might be telling me that I shouldn't be playing those plays, that they're not what I have been working to gather data on. Yeah. I should be looking for just a couple of specific plays instead of been trying to play these reversals that just aren't working or haven't worked this week. So maybe it's back to the drawing board as far as what my true edge is, because it was right here. But the reason why I didn't really take these plays also is because look at this uptrend that was happening. There was the overall uptrend I thought was getting exhausted, and it still continued up. Taking that into consideration, you know, the context and what was happening, you know, I was also looking at the daily chart thinking, okay. And now we have on this daily chart this bullish engulfing candle, which to me is a strong indication of a reversal on the overall higher time frame. And as you can see, the same thing happened down here back in April when it engulfed and then continued up to make new all-time highs. So lots of things to take into consideration, but I need to learn my lesson and not trade against my bias, first of all, and to not play plays that aren't in my normal playbook. I don't know why I got interested in these reversals or trying to play them, but there was momentum behind this. There was a lot of momentum behind these plays. So, and maybe the market's just trying to tell me that. I don't know. I just have to keep trying to be consistent in what I do, and these reversal plays just haven't been consistent at all. So, thank you for joining me for today's lesson. The market has voted. Today's lesson is written. I hope something from today's trade helps you on your own journey toward becoming a more disciplined trader. If today's trade reminded you of something you've experienced yourself, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. If you enjoyed today's journal entry, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button on that video and subscribe to follow the journey. Until next time, real thoughts, real trades, real journey.